Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. One of the best players in the world at his position is finally getting his card today. It has been a long 3+ years for Achraf Hakimi, a card that so many people would love to see promo versions for in FC26, yet EA don't give him any. And there is a reason for that, but today is his day. He, along with the rest of the UEFA Champions League winners PSG team, are expected to be released in packs today, and this team is looking crazy if you're lucky enough to pack them. We're going to take a look at those leaks, but of course, we have leaks related to the World Cup to discuss. Every single day we get closer to this content. Countdown now is to 2 days to World Cup content. We have a few more leaks. We had SBC leaks for the promo that is coming this Friday. There's a ton of those Path to Glory leaks and also the full team impacts, which we'll take a look at that. But there's also more news about these National Pride cards, which we get to choose the playstyles for. There's even an icon that's been leaked, and just so many players in general. Are these token rewards? Are they SBCs? Are they objectives? We're trying to figure that out, but there are so many players that are about to be added to this game with all the World Cup content, and that's a reason why I'm trying to be careful on the market. We're talking about all that and more today in the video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's dive into today's video by, of course, looking back at yesterday's Monday content where we had a kind of unique objective called Marvels of the Pitch. And this is unique because if you want to use a 3 million coin Yaya Toure card, well, you can for scoring 4 power shot goals with 1 Premier League player in your starting 11. I mean, that's the easiest way to get a 3 million coin card that I think I've ever seen. It's a timed loan for 7 days. So it's like unlimited games for 7 days with this Yaya. And then after that, he's going to go away and he won't be usable. But that's at least pretty intriguing for how easy it is to get that card. There's some other packs and some other heroes that are inside of this as well. If you want to get that Marvels of the Pitch objective done. Again, that's Marvels of the Pitch. I was confused. I didn't see that it was new because I remembered Marvels in Motion that was dropped on Friday. That one is different and it's got a Yaya inside of it. So make note of that if that Yaya card interests you. Now let's go to Evos where, man, we had another frustrating evolution dropped yesterday. It's more of the same, honestly. The Goal Bound and the Dash and Dazzle Evo that we've had recently set the stage for the Rock and Resolve, which is, again, no max rating on the requirements of this evolution, but it's max 2 playstyle pluses, and this is one of those Evos that just gives base playstyles and the playstyle plus of Intercept Plus. Now, again, if there's a card that you have in your club that looks good in this and actually gets a playstyle boost, fine, albeit get it done, spend 25,000 coins. But for most of us, man, like this needs to be 3 playstyle pluses. That's where the hype for adding a base playstyle right now would be, is if your 3rd playstyle plus card got a 3rd PS plus of a playstyle that was originally a base on your card, then it would be like, okay, let me replace that base playstyle with something else. So unfortunately, they didn't change anything with that Evo right there compared to the ones that we have had. So it is still an L in my opinion. And what is not an L is the 83 plus player pick coming out yesterday, because we had the 82 plus pick for just a few weeks after we had the 81 plus pick for ages. I thought we would be waiting until like footies for an 83 plus pick, or maybe at least a couple more weeks. Here we have it, and it's the same requirements as the 82 plus pick, which is fantastic. 3 rares, 1 common. If we get a crafting SBC / objective, like something Festival of Football, Path to Glory crafting wise, where we put in gold commons and get some gold rares out of it, like we had during Team of the Season with that crafting upgrade, if we get something like that, we are going to have a very nice menu grind, because this is a great player pick to put your gold rares into after crafting through your commons to get to the rares. So that has great potential if a new grind does come out. Just wanted to mention that. By itself right now, it's not too bad. I'm probably going to hit a few of those to see if I can pack Tim Howard, but I'm not going to do too many of them, of course. We will be hitting those pretty heavy during Path to Glory starting this Friday. We also had the 5 of 10, 80 plus player pick yesterday, and we had the end of an era, Danny Carvajal. And this is like a nostalgic, emotional, dynamic image. Hand over the Madrid badge. You know, was that taken for his during his last match at Madrid? Maybe. I mean, this is just a cool SBC, to be honest. The end of an era is just have that nostalgia with them. But the card in itself maybe could have been a little bit better. It's a Carvajal with pace. He's usable. He has decent play styles for sure. Rapid Plus, not my favorite for a right back. Probably not all of your favorites as well. But again, for 80,000 coins, it's a usable Danny Carvajal who's 94 rated, unfortunately. Should have been like 92 because then you maybe could have evoed him, at least in the not too distant future. But again, that's cheap. It's downvoted. But if you're a Madrid fan or if you're a La Liga fan, that one is a must complete, in my opinion. Now, the last part of yesterday's content conversation is not content that came out, but it's content that we kind of looked into the future towards because it's showing in game. The first 5-round gauntlet is going to be dropped in this game in 2 weeks. That is an upgrade from the 4-round gauntlet that we've had now for a couple of months after we started at 3 rounds at the beginning of the year. Now, we knew that when the gauntlet came out at the beginning of the year, it could be going to 5 rounds. EA said that, right? They said it would start at 3 and would go up to 5. Well, we've arrived. The thing that I don't like about this is the perception of more games being required to complete the regular gauntlet objective. And then, of course, the bonus objective as well, because when we went from 3 rounds to 4, we saw a bit of an uptick in the regular gauntlet objective, not the one that's a bonus, right? The regular one, because there's 4 rounds. EA made you play a few more games to get that one done, or they made you win a few more games. The play objective, I actually think, went up as well. It just required more games to get it done when it went to 4 rounds. Now, thinking of that same thing, it's probably going to require more games now going to 5 rounds. And at this stage of the game, that's the part that's a little bit more frustrating. However, the caveat to that is we've got this whole new reward system with tokens. Is this part of that? Because we have to wait 2 weeks for this gauntlet. I think the gauntlets before that were coming out every other week. So like we would have had one 7 days from now instead of 13 and a half or whatever. But I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. If we're going up to 5 rounds because like gauntlet is still going to have decent objective rewards, but it's also going to involve the new token system by that time. Really curious to see how that plays out, because gauntlet, in my opinion, is still the best game mode that we have in this game. For the time that you spend getting the packs, for the uniqueness of the idea of using the different squads, which I love and I do like still. I'm really curious to see how that pans out, because more games is hopefully going to give us good rewards, but is it going to feel worth it playing those additional number of games when this whole token system is supposed to be about choosing the way you play the game to get the rewards? You know what I mean? So I'm very curious to see how that goes, but there was a lot of conversation on the interwebs about that yesterday for good reason. Now let's talk market just a little bit, because team of the season prices, probably the favorite investment of like anybody in this past week, are doing good. They're still up here at about 23,000 coins. They were selling at 23K yesterday. I was getting a couple lazies around 24. Maybe we'll be able to get more lazies around 24,000 coins, because the EA is not going to stop requiring team of the season cards in SBCs, but could they require them is the question. I like selling your team of the season cards if you invested right when I did for like 13, 14,000 coins on the 93 rated, just because it could be a safe time to sell them. I'm not going to say it is the best time. They still could go up because, like I said, there's more SBCs incoming. EA are going to continue to require team of the season cards in SBCs, but if we were to somehow get tradable supply of team of the season cards like we did with team of the weeks, I think you would see their prices drop off. Again, reminder, all these team of the week cards were like 28 to 30,000 coins before that tradable 1 of 3 team of the week player pick dropped, and that has cooked all those prices. So EA would have to release TOTS cards into a best of back in packs, or drop like a 1 of 3 tradable TOTS player pick to make them go down a whole bunch. And even if they did, how low would they go? Probably just back to like 12 to 13,000 coins. So it's not a crazy risk to keep holding on to these cards, but TOTS cards have gone up enough where I'm like pretty content selling for about 10,000 coins profit per card. And that is the profit I think that we're looking for. I just want to get all my coins as well before we get to this promo. Like, that's before all the World Cup stuff comes with all these cards that are leaked. I just want to have my coins liquid and I want to have them ready. Now, if you do want to trade a bit, I'm actually trading a little too. I picked up a Bruno Fernandes for 1.4 mil because this guy hits like 1.6 mil every day, and 1.4 mil flat I thought was really low. And then I saw a 1.26 million coin Bruno Fernandes on bid. Guys, you can still get on bids. You can still trade, because that is easy profit. Somebody's going to make like 150K plus on that card if they sell it at a good time today, just because they were grinding the market a bit and they were getting on bids. Of course, these Conference League winners did rise really well yesterday too. Strain Larson, who I bought for 420, I sold for 480, and then I sold one for over 500,000 coins as well. I mean, Lacroix is up at 3.1 mil. That's a 2.8 mil card yesterday. This Gesson is 460. He was like 400,000 coins. But as we talked about previously, these cards may not continue to rise. We've got a whole new winners team coming out today, and history could potentially repeat itself with these cards from the women's Barca squad and the Villa cards all dropping the second day after they went out of packs. That's a really low price right there for Morgan Rogers. I actually might have to go pick that one up. Consider that one a trade. Now, there's actually a new version of Morgan Rogers that is going to be coming out, and that might be why his card is down so much. But I think it's about time we do get into the leaks, guys. We're going to talk about a lot of leaks today, okay? So we need to set the stage. The leaks that we're about to talk about, oh, it's gone. 654 got bought. Bummer. That was too good of a price. The leaks that we are about to talk about are looking forward to World Cup content. And then after that, we'll take a look at that PSG team that is coming, hopefully, today. But let's talk about World Cup stuff first, because this is the most exciting stuff, if we're being honest. If you missed yesterday's video, make sure you go back and get a bit of an overview and a rundown on what the Path to Glory promo is going to be. Yesterday, we had the full team leaked for this promo side here. There are some big names. There are some question marks, but these are looking like good promo cards. Also, remember, this is a 2-week promo, and these are live and upgrading for how their national team does in the World Cup. You got a lot of cards in here who didn't get team of the seasons, as we talked about earlier too. Vinny Jr., De Bruyne, you got Musiala in here, Rodri, Ruben Diaz, you've got De Jong, Alphonso Davies, you've got Marmoush Kusanov. There's like 4 Manchester City cards in here. It's kind of interesting to see how you're going to have players released from clubs, that multiple players from the same club, maybe in a promo team, because the focus is the national team, not necessarily the club. But it's kind of just funny how that works out. You got like 2 Madrid players in here. You got a couple of Barca players as well. You got Pulisic, you got Ener Valencia, Raul Jimenez, Elanga, Wissa, and Ito. To name a few, of course, the James Rodriguez in here, Miggy Almiron, David Alaba, love that one. Simeone, Saka is in here. Lee Kang-in gets a card just after he got his showdown. The timing there is a bit questionable, but there it is. Overall, it's a solid team. These are not official stats, and it's not the official card design, which we'll talk about in a second either. But the upgrade path is the one thing that we still don't know about, and I believe that is going to be leaked probably today, since the full team has been out. And one of the leakers was actually teasing the fact that he had that leak as well. So I think that's going to be coming very soon. Now, we also know the card design for some of these upcoming promos as well. EA posted themselves yesterday on their Instagram the Summer of Foot card designs, showing 4 card designs here. Man, I think they missed the mark, guys. I don't know. This doesn't scream summer vibes to me. Doesn't seem fun like some of the other festival football summer stars type card designs have been in the past. I got nothing against purple, but like, why all the purple? This looks like shapeshifters in here. I don't know, man. We got to see players on the card, and we got to see how it actually looks in game, but it feels like this is a negative byproduct, add it to the list of negative things that we feel now, not having the actual FIFA rights to the World Cup. Like, imagine World Cup trophies on these cards, or even just like the FIFA World Cup 26 logo, which I think looks pretty cool, on the back of one or multiple of these cards. That would be a lot better, pleasing to the eye. I think it would have been better if they had those rights. And I don't know if it's too late, EA, for a rebrand, for a reskin on some of these promo cards, but man, it would be nice, I think, because I just don't think those are it. Like, when you look at some of the older summer promos, like, that's what we had. The summer heat from FIFA 21. FIFA 21 card designs cooked, because we had these 2 as well. The Festival Football Path to Glory, that was bright, that was exciting. Maybe a little bit too much green, to be honest, but it was still very exciting. But this one, man, this is like peak summer card design with the multicolor, just bright, exciting, fun. Oh man, that was a great card design right there. And that's kind of what I was hoping for with this card design. I don't think I wanted this. Like we talked about, that is way too many colors. That's just too much going on there for me. Too busy, right? And I know we're getting really nitpicky about the card design, the way that they look in game, when it's just a very small detail, really, right? But, you know, it impacts the card design or the pack animation, what we see when we go down the tunnel and stuff like that. And it is a part of things. For those of us that really care about the menus, it is a part of things. So I don't know if it's too late, EA, to rebrand a little bit on a couple of those promos, but like, Yeah, please maybe change it up a bit because those, you just looked at it and you were like, wanting more. It didn't feel like it fit the occasion. It's probably the best way to describe it. Now, let's continue taking a look at Path to Glory leaks. Of course, that was the team and packs that we just looked at. Here's some of the SBC names. Odegaard, Ferran Torres, the Shark, Lucas Paqueta, Mazraoui, and Gakpo are a few names on a large list of Path to Glory SBCs. Of course, there's that motivation there to get an SBC done to see how the card can upgrade over the course of the World Cup for these nations. I mean, Spain are favorites, if not top 2, top 3 in odds to get this World Cup trophy and bring it home. And Ferran Torres is a very good card in game, very meta with his playstyles and the build and everything. So that's going to be an interesting SBC. Paqueta, of course, is in the Brazilian league, so he's just going to have the Brazil nationality links. Mazraoui, first promo card for him of the year. Gakpo, first one, I believe, in a while for him. And there's a bunch of other names. Like I think Patrick Schick is going to get a card from Czechia. And there's a whole bunch of other nations that have been leaked to be getting SBC players. But these look to be the main names that will be coming. Once again, in Path to Glory. Got to be very specific on how we label these leaks. So these are SBCs that are live and upgrading based on the World Cup and how those nations do. Now, the next leaks that we're going to look at here are related to those national pride cards, which we don't know where these are going to show up in game because it could be inside of a token store. It could be in objectives. These could also be SBCs. But again, the national pride cards are allegedly customizable with playstyles and playstyle pluses in the new bakery, or being renamed to be called the Playstyles Lab, that is going to be coming out on Thursday. But this Foot Agent tweet here with this Hugo Sanchez card really threw me for a loop because he's got 4 playstyle pluses, pretty nice stats. And I was like, hold on a second, brother. Are these official cards? And he says, yes. So this Matoma, okay, sure, that's a national pride card. Doesn't show any playstyles or playstyle pluses. Would make sense, right? Similar to Foot Birthday if we're able to customize it. This is also a national pride card. Already has playstyle pluses, but it's a national pride, so we can customize it? I'm kind of confused, if I'm being honest. Maybe this actually isn't customizable, but this one is. And the other question is, where are all these cards going? Because here's another leaked list of the national pride cards, which is a card that we can customize, as we said. But like, where? How? It's got to be the token rewards for this new token system. It's got to be either objectives or SBCs or a combination of all of them. That's why I look at this and I say, guys, there are so many cards that are about to drop on this game. And it's one of the reasons why I don't want to have too many cards on my transfer list in terms of like meta players, because of all these new cards that are come out. It feels like team of the season when all the 3 playstyle plus tots cards came in. We're going to have customizable with probably pretty decent stats national pride cards with the new Playstyles Lab. I feel like these are going to take over next. So there's some W names in here too, like Nico Williams, Depay, Thuram, Fabinho, Kudus, Openda with all of his pace. So really interesting looking set of players. It's just like, where are these players going to be released in game? ASY Foot, who leaked this graphic, actually said in a response tweet here that some of the stuff is very confusing right now in terms of the leaks. So, I mean, I think we have to be even a little bit careful to where we're believing some of this stuff and where it's going to be, because it just seems to be like mixed up and all over the place at the moment. But that is all of the World Cup kind of leak content that we have right now, on top of what we've already discussed in terms of the World Cup leaks. Now, let's turn the attention to today, because guys, I know that the odds are not good for us to pack these Champions League PSG cards that are going to be hopefully coming out today. But the fact that they're in packs and the fact that these cards look absolutely juiced to the nines makes me want to open a couple of packs, or at least some player picks, and at least try my luck. What is that Barcola card? 96 rated Barcola with 97 pace, 96 shooting, and 96 dribbling. Dude, that looks like a card that would be out in August. I mean, give him a 4th playstyle plus and you could tell me it's August, and I would believe you with stats like that. I mean, 3 playstyle plus and 5/5, he's going to be crazy. That card looks nuts. Kvaratskhelia looks good as well with the quick step, low driven, and the incisive. He's going to be good. He's going to be 5-star, 5-star. These are official stats for this PSG team. They're not all leaked yet, but based on the way the schedule went, I believe this team is going to be dropped today, because the women's Barca team was dropped on a Tuesday after a Saturday final. Of course, this last Saturday was the Champions League final, so we'd expect these cards to be dropped today unless EA wanted to try to save them and wait for more money on the weekend when more people be opening packs, and maybe they'd release them on Friday. But if they're leaked with official stats now, my guess is they're going to be today. Here's Pacho, who unfortunately has Aerial Fortress Plus. Here's Marquinhos, who's got Intercept, Anticipate, and Quickstep. He looks really solid. And here's the big one. Ashraf Hakimi. He is back. This is his first special item since last year in FC25 when he got this exact same card. And a lot of people are like, Nate, why does Hakimi never get special cards? Well, the answer is Hakimi was involved in some sort of legal dispute, legal battle, which started in February of 23. I did a quick bit of Googling on this to catch up on it because it's been going on for a freaking long time. He hasn't been proven innocent, guilty, like it's still in the trial stages and everything like that. I guess there was an update a couple of months ago where it was moving forward. Who knows? Like, I'm not here to argue whether he did something or whether he didn't, but this is to really explain for why Hakimi has not had a promo card since FIFA 23 Team of the Year. I packed this card, by the way. He was crazy. And for one of the best right backs in the world, for the last 3 years, to get one promo card and to get a second today, only because EA kind of had to, based on the rules they set forward for releasing players who won in these major European competitions, getting these full teams of squads released. Like, I don't think he would have this last year if they wouldn't have won the Champions League. So Hakimi and PSG were kind of in their own control of getting him this card. They had to win it or else he wouldn't have gotten any promo cards this year. It's crazy how that sort of stuff sometimes it gets involved with the game. It's all allegedly because we don't know why EA is not releasing cards with Hakimi. But I mean, we can put 2 and 2 together after we know what's happening in real life and then not seeing him get any special cards in game. It's just crazy though for one of the best right backs in the world who could have arguably been in Team of the Year last year, maybe even 2 years ago, to not have a card released at all. People have been wanting to Evo this guy for ages. I mean, 89 rateds fit into Evos, but like, it's just kind of a wild situation to have that. But the curse is broken, I guess you could say today. And Hakimi will be getting this card, Whipped, Quickstep, and Jockey. And it's the same scenario as last year, right? This card was super hyped because of the same thing. He doesn't ever get specials because of that legal dispute. This card was like 2 million coins first day. It had 97 pace, quickstep, intercept, and technical. This one you could say this year is maybe a little bit less meta with no intercept, but he's got higher shooting and he's 9 goal in gang. He's 90 plus, it's gonna be 5-star, 5-star. He's gonna be crazy. People are gonna spend big for this because it is the only Hakimi special that we will have this year. And so that's just a really interesting story with this team coming into packs. We got a Zaire Emery card as well to continue the leaks here that looks really, really good. Intercept, Tiki, and technical. Joao Neves looks really solid as well. The only card that has not been leaked yet is Vitinha. And I think he's going to be the 4-play style plus card, but he's not been leaked yet. Fabian Ruiz looks pretty solid as well. All these cards look to be a little more juiced than some of like the other winners teams, like the Morgan Rogers, right? I mean, some of the Conference League cards, they look pretty good, right? But like looking at those cards, the amount of 96 and 97 rated stats you're seeing on them is pretty crazy. So best of luck opening packs and hitting those. I do believe once again that this team will be coming into packs today. That'd be my expectation. We'll have to see for sure, but that should be a part of today's content on Tuesday. Now, what else are we getting today on Tuesday after we look through all the week? Oh, I forgot 3 more cards, guys. My bad. Of course, there's more Champions League players. Dembele is getting a card. This is a finesse, rapid and low driven with 98 pace and 97 dribble. You've got Nuno Mendes. How did I forget all these, man? I knew there was more. 97 pace for him, 96 dribble, quick step pinged, and the anticipate. I've got the team of the season, Nuno Mendes. Very good left back. I like the quick step better than the rapid for sure because the way that engages in game offensively and defensively, it's very nice to have for the quick step plus there. And then the goalkeeper, Safadov, gets himself a 96 rated card. I think we're just missing Vitinha, maybe 1 or 2 more subs that came into the game as well. Yeah, Beraldo was subbed on. There's a couple that probably will be getting more cards. Beraldo won't because he's got the live card. Never mind, ignore that. But there should be at least a couple more, I think, that are going to get special cards here too. So watch out for that today. I would assume we get confirmation before content that the team is going to drop in packs today. Now, things to cover as well for today's content on Tuesday. The full squads have been submitted for the World Cup, and this matters because Jude Bellingham and all the other answer the call cards should be getting their +1 overalls and their third playstyle plus upgrades very soon. Now, I say the final squads have been submitted. These nations had to lock in their final teams. I believe it was like midnight June 1st, which of course today is June 2nd. So this has been locked in, and anybody who has made their national team squad and is going to the World Cup will be getting that upgrade. The upgrades now at this point, they seem to be too little too late. I'm not expecting many of these cards to move at all in price. The biggest thing with these answer the call cards, whenever they get upgraded, is for those of us who have evoed versions of them, if you've given them a third playstyle plus, you might lose that. It could get overwritten. I actually just evoed this Mark McKenzie because he doesn't get a third playstyle plus, but he gets a stat upgrade. I'm trying to get this done before the upgrades come out because, like, I might be able to get a bit of a bigger stat boost on top of this just because of him being evoed in the first place. So that is one thing to look out for. Since it's +1s, that actually is very possible. But I could get cooked on my Gio Reyna because he was an answer the call objective card, and I gave him Finesse Plus as a third PS Plus. His stats look crazy. If I get a +1 on top of that, freaking dope. But if they don't give Finesse Plus to him, then the Finesse Plus probably won't stay. So we'll have to see what happens there. I did change his card design. I don't think that's going to happen to make him not upgrade. I think he still will upgrade, but I kind of did that just to see what happened. I spent $35K. That was kind of dumb, but we did it. That's just one thing I wanted to mention because if you have any of these or if you want to Evo somebody that has made a national team for the World Cup, then you would want to get that done pretty soon because I think those upgrades should be coming in pretty quick. Now, in-game content today, guaranteed confirmed content today on Tuesday. The Visa Tap-In Live event is finally dropping today, and as is the Prime Heroes event number 3. If you're completing all of these, Hero event number 3 is going to come out today, and the Visa Tap-In event, which is the brightest thing I've ever seen, preview event. I don't think there's any rewards that are showing in here yet. Yeah, there's not. Really curious to see what this is going to bring. I also wonder if that Visa upgrade pack is going to come back out. That was, again, a very good value SBC. We had it 2 weeks ago, and then we had the Jorge Campos as well at the exact same time. So I wonder if the Visa upgrade is going to refresh. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's out here for 7 days, so it's not going to because it's allowed for 7 days. But the Visa tournament mode, the live event there is going to be coming out. Very interested to see what the rewards would be for that. Don't think it'd be anything super crazy, but that's a part of today's content on Tuesday. And then for player SBCs, we're kind of down to this list here. We got the Pizarro, we got the Lauder and the Zamorano. The Zamorano has been customized by our votes on Instagram, on EA's Instagram story. We get to choose the playstyle pluses for that card, so that could be today, or it could be Lauder. I think those are the last 2 player SBCs that we have leaked. And then the last thing is this 93 plus TOTS pick. What is going to happen as Team of the Season has ended? But EA probably still wants to release SBCs like this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to give us a chance at packing something cool. What is going to happen with this 93 plus eFigs, eFugs, TOTS player pick? I'm very curious to see if we get something today, or it could be nothing today. Again, as the hype builds for the World Cup, EA will want all the good content to be coming out then. This is, like we talked about in the past couple of days, the valley of content, the slow content before it all runs up with the World Cup stuff starting very soon on this game. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you do have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. I will be on stream today. We'll be looking at everything that is leaked. We'll be talking about more World Cup news. I'm sure we'll have some more discussions today, specifically the live card path for those new cards. And we'll be getting into some SBCs and finishing my champs games after the internet went out yesterday. I was literally streaming in the middle of a FUT champs match and got disconnected because the internet turned off. So yeah, got to finish my FUT champs. Oof, 2-2, not a good start. We'll see if we can pull out double digits, go on a run and hit 10 wins. But that's going to be the video for me. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, of course, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in a stream today. It's been Nate TheFutAccountant. Have a great Tuesday. Peace out.